Good morning, my name is Amanda Brown and I'm the Education Director for Deadwood History, and I'm here with Bill Pearson, and we are on his property in a cabin that he's going to tell us all about. So if you've been in tune with our videos the past few weeks, you'll know that we've been doing a virtual archaeology camp because unfortunately, due to the coronavirus, we were unable to do archaeology camp in person. But we are on, like I said, Bill Pearson's property where we would have had archaeology camp if we would have been able to do it in person. But we are in a really great site right now that the kids have done in the past. They've done archaeology camp here in the past. And Bill's recently redone this area. So Bill, why don't you tell us where we are?
Well, like you said, this was the site where we've had a number of archaeological camps here. And we had the old cabin here that had been built in 1880, but it was kind of in a bad state of repair. And the south side logs were really deteriorating quickly. So I'd been working on a plan to work with South Dakota Historical Society to get it restored, or like with the original logs and etc. And I got that done last year. So we're standing in the restored cabin. If you look just to the side there, you'll see an old potbelly stove. That stove was in my dad's grocery store in Deadwood Main Street in 1924.
That's amazing.
And so, I mean, I'm really excited that I got this restored because it's going to last another 150 years or more.
Yeah.
We actually put a foundation on it this time. Before it wasn't on a foundation, but you can't see it from the outside because we wanted to do the historical integrity where it was done exactly the way it was before. So I'm very excited about it, and I think the Jorgensen Log Home Company did a great job with this, and I'm excited to have the kids from the Adams come out and do some more digging on the site.
Yeah, hopefully soon. Now, I think, just correct me if I'm wrong, but the logs that are making up this building, those are original logs, correct?
Yeah, we were able to use 65% of the logs when we came out here, and we basically took the cabin down one log at a time, numbered them, and they took them down to the yard in Custer, and then rebuilt it using everything they could, and then took it apart again, and then hauled it back here, and then reassembled it. So it was quite a project.
Yeah.
And then the roof is 100% the same roof that was here before, made out of those cyanide tin lids.
That's amazing. Yeah. So we're going to go outside and actually look at that roof, if that's okay.
Sure. This roof is made of cyanide tin lids that were on top, on basically the cap of a barrel that they used in the mining process. And they came into the area in about the 1890s. So this roof actually was put on after the original cabin was built. And so the original roof had the wood underneath it, and then the cyanide lids were put on it. And I kid you not, back in the day I was a Boy Scout leader, and I brought the kids out here for a winter encampment, and it snowed like crazy on us. So we moved into the cabin, not one leak. That roof still did not leak.
Wow.
So,
that's amazing.
So if you're looking into this barn right now, you're looking at where the cows would put their heads in, and they'd pull them together, and then they'd milk them. There was a way to hold them there. That's all original. And I think that's probably what this, I don't know for sure, but I think talking to the Historical Society and everything, they feel that it was just later on when somebody else had taken over this cabin that he had some cattle, and he had milk cows. So
that's great. Yeah, because we're not far from the cabin. So the barn here, like Bill said, it might have been used for the milk cows. But how old do you think it is, Bill?
Oh, I'm sure this is pre-1900. I mean, I'd say it's in the 1890s sometime.
That's amazing.
This site here is such a perfect site for someone because there's a spring right over here to our right. It's full of turkey and deer. I mean, he had all kinds of food, whoever lived here. They had water, and then he has the milk cows for, the milk. I mean, it was an ideal place to live, and then he either worked. The Historical Society told me they felt that as this years went by out here, the originals were probably mining Two-Bit Creek. Later, there was actually the first sawmill in the Black Hills was just maybe 2 miles over the hill in an area where my sisters live. There was an old sawmill there, and so they thought maybe a guy might have worked at the sawmill too. So, and that might have been how he got some of this lumber. So
now I'm noticing on this side at this wood, it looks kind of charred. Was there a fire that went through this area?
That's just old.
It's just old? That's
patina.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There's been a number of fires here, though, in answer to your question. I mean, 2002 was the most recent one, but 1959, there was a fire, major fire here. And but
it's still standing.
It's still standing, and this property is so rich with aspen trees, which is a really good fire break, and that's kind of what helped stop that fire in 2002 from coming down the hillside down to this site. So
excellent. Well, thank you, Bill. Really appreciate your time and taking us out here and letting us see all your wonderful property and everything. So hopefully we'll be able to be out here in the future. This is something we can look forward to in 2021 for our archaeology camp next summer. So keep an eye out for that. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and give me a call. My number is 605-578-1657, and my email address is amanda@deadwoodhistory.com. Again, thank you, Bill.
You bet.
And we'll see you next time.